Hey everybody, it's me again, and I decided to create another app, calculator app for those students that need more help with the outlet and the calculations. Okay, so what we've done is that I've created an app called the Basics Math. You can call it a calculator, whatever you want to call it. And in the storyboard, what I've done is that I added a text field, a label, and 5 buttons. Now, if you look at the property of these guys, for example, if you look at the property of this text field, I changed it to 26, and then so it's bigger font, and same thing with the buttons, different font. And then here you can change the background for the button. You can change the background color to orange, and then the text to yellow color, so that way it looks a little bit different. All right, one more thing that we need to do is that when you run this, let me show you here, when we run this application, you get these buttons as they actually have rounded corners. Now, I did explain this previously. See, this is, you get rounded corners. So what you do is that you select the button and you go to the identity inspector for that button, and you can add runtime attributes. And then you type in, for example, you add plus, here you can type in, you already have it, so I'm just repeating it again so you can see it, layer.radius, corner radius, and then hit the enter. Then here you can select different value, it's a number, and then here's you want to put the value that you want to change. So if you make it 20, it will be a more rounded corner, okay? And then you can, right? So I added it twice. I'm going to delete it, so I did it so you can see it, okay? So that's in terms of the design. The next thing we need to do is that we need to look at the buttons here, this text field. Now, this is a calculator. If it's a calculator, then we need to allow only numbers, no need to add text. So there is the keyboard type in here. It says keyboard type. I'm going to select that to be decimal pad. You see that decimal pad, so it'll allow you to enter decimal. All right. Same thing with this guy. So you can select the keyboard. It's decimal, so it'll only show you decimal. Okay, decimal pad. All right. Now the next thing I need to do is that I need to make that connection. So you can click on the editor support. And the editor support right here, editor assistant, and then let's make our connections. And let me just make that here so you can see it. And you just simply drag and drop. This would be txt number 1 as a text field, okay, number 1, and click on connect. The next one is txt number 2, connect, txt number 2, then you do connect. All right, and then we need to do these functions. So we have how many functions? We have 5. So this one would be, we make sure we select action, not outlet. You can say add function. Okay, and then click on connect. Same thing here. After that, subtract function. Again, it is an action. And connect. So we have 2 right now. You do the next one. Again, add, here we have multiply function. And then you do connect, outlet connect action, and then you do connect. And the last one, not the last one, one more, divide function. And then you can do action, connect, and the last one is clear, to clear the label and the text field. So the last one is clear function, and then it is an outlet, and then you can say connect. All right. So no need for the storyboard anymore. Let's just go to the code directly and start coding. All right. And in addition, what do you need to do? You need to basically say, you need to get the number. So you say var or let, same thing, let n1 number 1 equal int. If you want to do double, you can do double. You want to do float, you can do float. So you can say double. And then what you want the txt number 1 dot text. Okay. And then you do the same thing with the other one. Let number 2. We'll fix the problem in a minute here. Double again, and then txt number 2 the text. The problem is you need to unwrap these two variables. Okay, so if you click on it, it says, do you want to fix it by unwrapping, putting exclamation mark? Yes. Same thing happens here. You say fix it, that would fix that problem. We didn't fix that problem, so here's how to fix it. So this will give you the value of these text values, and then you convert them to a number. So to do the addition, so you say let sum equal to n1 plus n2. Let me just put you on pause for a minute here. All right, sorry about that. So now you have a sum equal n1 plus n2. And then you finally display the result. Okay, so to display the result, again, we need to use, these are optional variables, because this function actually can fail, means that you might not be able to convert a text to a number. So you need to unwrap these two variables. Okay, so you need to put, because this gives you an optional variable, all right? So that's how you do that. So then at the end, you say, we have the txt. Oh, we didn't do the label. We need to do the label before we continue. So you go to the storyboard, and then we need to create an outlet for that label. Nobody said anything about that. So we need to put that label in here, and then we're going to call that LBL result. Connect. Then you go back to the view controller, and then we say LBL result.text equal to, you do it this way, sum. All right. And the last thing, you need to hide the keyboard. And I'm going to do that in one of them here, and then we'll do it later on. So to hide the keyboard, if you remember, we did that before. You don't know where your cursor is, what are you typing in, N1 or N2, so, or text1 or text2. So you do txt1 number 1 dot resign first responder. That would release the keyboard. Same thing with the txt number 2. Resign first responder. There's another way to do this, but this is the easiest way for now. Okay, so that will hide the keyboard. All right. So to test it, all you have to do is run it and then try it and see what we get. So this result here, we can make it equal to 0 if you want. So if I type in a value here and a value here, 8, and I click on the plus, it will show you the value, and then no, the keyboard is hidden. Okay, these guys don't work. So to finish the example, all you have to do, you can repeat the same code, and instead of that equation, you use addition, for example, subtraction. So you say here, instead of that, you can say subtract, okay, and then instead of sum, you can say subtract, okay, just to be, you don't have to do it, but this is a good practice, okay. Same thing with the multiplication function, you just do the same thing, okay. Here you can do multiply. And then here it should be multiplication instead of subtraction, and then here you type in multiply. So once you do it for once, the others are just copy and paste to make sure this is correct. And the last one is divide. Okay, so do command copy, command V, and then here, instead of this, we use a divide. And you can see it doesn't have to, I mean, you don't have to change these variable names, but it's good practice, as I said. Okay, all right. So that's how you do that. Now, in terms of the clear, what do you have to clear? You clear the text field, so txt, number 1, number 2, dot text, and you make it equal, for example, to blank, all right? Same thing with the other one too, 1. And then the label, you can make it equal to 0 or result. LDL result that text equal, you can make it equal 0 or blank if you want. All right, that's it. That's how you do the different functions. Now notice one thing that I'm going to introduce to you. I talked about functions in the later videos, is that this thing here, this part is repeated here. All right, so why would you have to repeat all that code multiple times? What you do, you create a function called, for example, function hide keyboard, okay. Okay, this hide keyboard, and then what do you do in this function? You just simply put this stuff that you repeat over and over again. So here, instead of here, you can do command X. You put it in this function here, and now here you just simply call that function. So you can say hide keyboard, and then you're done. Okay, same thing here. You remove these parts, and you say hide keyboard. That's what makes functions more useful, is that you do it once, divide and conquer. So you don't have to, if the same code is repeated, you just do it once, and then you just simply call the function that does that task for you. Okay, same thing in here, the last one here, just delete that, hide function, hide keyboard, and you are almost there. The last thing I wanted to show you, how do we hide the keyboard if we touch the screen anywhere? If you remember, I've talked about this, touch is ended. We talked about this before, touch is ended. And what do? Simply call that function, hide keyboard again, and then you're done. So if you either by clicking on the button or touching the screen somewhere, and it will work. Now, if you run it, you'll see, if you put a value here, you put a value in here, for example, 5, and then you put a 5 here again. Now, if you click on the plus, keyboard hidden, 0, 25, 1, and then if you click clear, it's all gone. If you type in a value here, and then you click on another value, and then you touch the screen anywhere, that keyboard is hidden. All right, so hopefully you found this useful. This is, again, it's a practice for the students that need more practice with the outlets and then the calculations, and that should cover a lot of the stuff that you need for your first assignment. All right, I'll see you in the next video.